Hello, everyone. For those of you that may not know me or recognize me in this iteration, I am Reverend Connie Phelps, the spiritual leader of CSL Kenya. So I'm putting myself out on a skinny limb here by doing this the way I'm doing it, but I just feel really moved to share this with you. As many of you may know or not, I am in the Cross Cancer Hospital in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And I had a breakthrough yesterday that I would like to share with you and ask for your support of helping me hold this vision that I got. Over the last couple of days, I have just felt incredibly called to reach out and have a conversation with my teacher, who was Dr. Carol Carnes. And so yesterday we connected and we had a conversation. And for those of you that know Carol, she is a straight shooter. She is also one of the most clearest, intuitive mystics that I know. And I feel so blessed that I had her as my teacher. So during the conversation we were having yesterday, Carol said that there was some stuff that was coming to her, and it wasn't a session, we were just chatting. And so, of course, she asked if, I would like her to share, and I said, of course. So there's some things that Carol reminded me of. So, we can all be long-term ministers and be in this teaching a long time, but what I know is practitioners need practitioners, and sometimes we need reminders. So Carol was my reminder yesterday, and it was really a beautiful experience. So here's what she reminded me of. So she said the first thing that she noticed, and she prefaced it by saying, so I'm not telling you this because it's the metaphysical thing to tell you and I'm your teacher. I'm telling you this because this is what I'm experiencing with you. So she said, as she was talking to me, she said, Connie, I don't get one iota of indication that you're nearing end of life. There is no transition for end of life coming for you, that I have way too much energy and passion and vitality. She said, you're not done. That much is clear to begin with. So that was a really nice thing to hear. And then she continued to tell me some other stuff she was picking up. So she said that a year ago, when I was first diagnosed with this dis-ease, that at some level I had made a choice, because we make choices for everything, consciously or subconsciously. This was obviously a subconscious choice, to end my life, because at some level I knew that my time working in Kenya was nearing an end, and she said I was carrying some guilt and shame about that and not knowing how to get out of it without in a graceful way. And so I chose to leave the planet instead of leaving Kenya. Yikes, not a good choice. Anyway, so those of you that know me well know that I'm a bit of a gypsy. I have been on the move my entire life. I have been in and out of relationships, married and divorced 5 times, and just a real nomad. And I've had a tendency to sort of think that isn't the way I should be, that I should somehow put down roots somewhere and I should stick to something and all of this stuff. But apparently it's time for me to really own who I am and pony up to that and say, no, it is okay to be who you are, and this is who you are, so own it, girl. So apparently I had some pretty strong abandonment issues running. And so what would happen is I would abandon people, places, projects before I could be abandoned. Now, how on earth I got to be 64 years old without getting that little piece of information consciously, I'm not quite sure. But that's the way it was. So here's where it really, for me, to really put myself on the line about what's going on. What I have noticed about myself in my ministry is I tend to play a pretty good game of being out there in my congregations and in the work that I'm doing. I'm sorry, I'm buzzing here. But when I get in the arena with my colleagues, I tend to not shine my light as brightly. And I have a tendency to, or I have had in the past, to comparing how I do ministry with others. And anybody get what I'm saying? Anybody else ever do that, Sort of think that everybody else has got it figured out but me. That was kind of my story. And I've been in this for 25 years. I should really know better. I teach my students to know better, but we've all got our stuff. So that's what I was doing. So this is about me playing a bigger game. So she got what she was coming through her is Spirit has a new, bigger idea moving through me, as me, to play a bigger game of ministry in the world. She said, number one, CSL needs you. And I've been working really closely lately with Dr. Kathy Hearn and Mark Gilbert about starting a ministerial class in Kenya this fall to get some ministers trained on the ground there. And Kathy has suggested, that I start documenting how to do this in a bigger way. But, I've been kind of, oh no, I'm too sick, I can't do, the stuff we tell ourselves. So the bigger game is I am going to use this next 3 years or however long it takes to get them trained over there in developing a model to train and mentor other people to go out into the world, wherever that is, to take this teaching to the world. Because I believe with every cell of my being, the world needs what we have to offer in a bigger way. And I've been quite successful in how I've done this work and how I continue to do this work. And so I want to develop a model and be more visible in the bigger community to do this work. So over the next 3 years, I'll be developing this program, which scares the living crap right out of me, to be quite honest, because I'm not a writer. I don't write curriculum. That's not one of my sacred gifts. So anybody want to help me with that? Please sign up. I need all the help I can get. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't know how it's going to look. This is a brand new idea. If it, may look like it excites me to travel around the world and go different places with people and help them learn the culture and get them started. I mean, how exciting is that? I'm so excited. So I don't know what it's going to look like or if that's even what the vision will be, but I am so excited for the vision. So what I'm asking right now is if you have heard me tell the story, because I've heard myself tell the story and truly believed it, that I am solid in my faith. And I kept saying, whichever way this thing goes, whether I'm open for the miracle, or maybe the miracle is that I transition into another iteration of consciousness in another place to do a different work on the next level, I'm ready. That's what I was saying. Carol said, you gotta love Carol, stop it! You don't get to have a plan B. You get one plan. Choose the plan. So here's the plan I'm choosing. Today, I choose life. I choose to get behind this vision, and I choose to stay here, and I choose to do this work. And I ask you to please, if you've heard me say that I'm okay with a plan B, drop the plan. I love you. Thank you for your support. So many people have reached out to support me. I feel so loved. Thank you. Thank you.